Welcome everyone if you're watching this later on YouTube, or for you guys on Twitch if you just tuned in. What we're about to do is we react to some of the games that Life, some of you may know him, the guy that ruined esports in Korea for StarCraft II, that's the guy. He match fixed games, so I'll give a little bit of background. Life was a Zerg player in StarCraft II, he was South Korean, and he was at the top of his game, he was winning tournaments left and right, he was destroying nerds. Well, then he decided to do some match fixing, throw games for like $20,000 to $35,000 per match, and well, he got caught. And for those that don't know, gaming is counted as sports in South Korea, so he also, you know, went on a little vacation in jail for I think like 2-3 years. He had to pay back a lot of the money that he took, and Blizzard has permanently banned him from StarCraft II. Even at the BlizzCon Cup, where you have like the winners of all StarCraft previous BlizzCons, his name is taken off because of the match fixing. Another thing I wanted to mention to just clear things up, I mentioned this yesterday in my stream, but you know, I'll go through it. Basically, he threw a couple of games. He never threw matches, like full best of 3 or best of 5. Allegedly, I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. These are the ones he got caught, and he got caught when he was dropping a map in a best of 5, obviously like on purpose. For those that don't know, match fixing is when you play like a best of 3 or best of 5 and you lose games on purpose and you receive money for that. It doesn't matter if your opponent knows or not, and I'm pretty sure that his opponents didn't know this, obviously, because there's no reason to tell them, right? If you're throwing games on purpose, why would you tell your opponents? It's just a risk for the people fixing the matches. Yeah, shortly after he threw the games and got caught, all the sponsors from StarCraft in South Korea pulled out, so the SKT, KT, GNR Green Wings is still here, but a lot of the South Korean teams and sponsors disappeared, so he is literally responsible for StarCraft II dying in South Korea. And this is why I don't understand how can people support him, because he did insane amounts of damage to our community. The reason why sponsors pulled out is because it was a huge scandal, obviously in South Korea, being, you know, obviously completely illegal to do this. He did time in jail. You know, sponsors didn't want anything to do with it, so they bailed. And that's why StarCraft II Korea right now has no Korean teams except GNR Green Wings. All the other players, or most of the players, are teamless. There's less tournaments and so on. But anyway, that's the backstory. Let's get into it. So obviously, because this is a YouTube video, YouTube cast, there's not going to be any sound. What I could do is increase a little bit of StarCraft II music. What about that? Isn't that hot? Professional, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed. So this is the first match we're going to be going through. So apparently, this match was played in KeSPA Cup in 2015, I think. It says so, right? Oh no, it doesn't say here, but it's KeSPA Cup, Life versus Terminator, and this was a best of 5 match. Now, I've never actually watched these matches. I know there's so many fixed matches, by the way. It's not just Life. There were other players as well. They got arrested and so on. But today we're gonna focus on Life's games. Now, he won this match 3-2. Spoilers, by the way, if you still haven't caught up to 2015 KeSPA Cup games. There you go. So he lost 2 games, and we're gonna watch both to see which game he threw. So let's see. So first thing that we see is he went for a 12 pull. Super early 12 pull. Now we're gonna pay attention to execution to see exactly where he threw the game. Mike's cracking, is it fine now? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let's see. The 12 pull comes in. Okay, he's like microing a little bit left and right. Terminator, being a Terminator himself, you know, he's not gonna lose any units here. How is it match fixed if you won? Well, very simple. They pay him to throw 2 games, and then people that paid him to throw bet on 3-2 score, and they get insane amounts of money. That's how match fixing works. Why did he throw? Isn't it just better to win 3-0? Well, no, because the quota on him winning was probably extremely low, but the match result being 3-2 was extremely high, because you can guess in betting, if you guys don't know, whether it's sports or esports, in Korea and, you know, everywhere across the world, you can bet on specific scores. You can bet who wins map 1, who wins map 2, who wins map 3, who wins map 4. in what time they win, and so on. So that's why he throws matches, or that's why he throws matches or specific games and not the whole match. So there we go. We just got promoted, by the way, guys. Well, good job, everyone. We did it. That was the account that I'm on right now is Mass Marines to Grandmaster, and we just got promoted. So there it is. We did it. Wow. Anyway. Okay, so he did 12 pull. He didn't do anything, and he is very, very far behind right now. So, yeah. Life was known to be a super aggressive player, and Terminator this game did a high ground wall off, so playing 12 pull against that is just not good, because as you can see it was very easy to defend. And right now Life is like 4 workers ahead, but this is a PvZ in HOTS, by the way, so having close to equal workers was not that great for Zerg. He's losing a link here and there, you know, just your casual throw, right? But we'll see what other decision he makes to throw the game. Yeah, the analysis was so on point that I just got promoted to GM. I mean, it is what it is. I'm Grandmaster in analyzing games, especially match fix ones. But yeah, there's a specific betting for things like that's what I heard. Obviously, I don't know how South Korean betting on games works like, but there's like a specific betting, like a player A is gonna lose 10 workers by 7 minutes or something like that. And obviously the quota for that is insane. Okay, so he's coming in here. Life is making drones. He saw the units move out, right? He saw the units move out with links. He's making 10 Zerglings, okay. He's ahead on workers, by the way. So if he just defends this, he's fine. Okay, Oracle coming in. Okay, he's losing drones. And there you go. That was a match fix, boys. He literally did not give a shit of trying to defend. Mind you, this guy won BlizzCon, right? Imagine Cyril losing like this. That's the equivalent of this. Did he even scout anything? So he has the Overlord on the natural. I'm looking at the minimap. He has the Overlord on the natural, and then he never scouted the main base. Now, did he see the move out? That's what I want to know. Let's see. The Protoss moves out here with the Zealots, right? I mean, guys, he won the game with 3 Zealots and a Mothership Core. Yikes. Wait. Did he see it then? Okay, I'm looking at the minimap. His links got chased away. No, he saw that. He saw that for sure. Yeah, he saw that for sure. He saw the move out. And look, he saw the move out. He's gonna make, again, he makes more drones, I think. And now he even checks on the natural, so he knows that the Protoss is coming. Like, he sees there's nothing. What does he do? Fire up some more drones, baby. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's it. Like, he just loses this hat-trick to 3 Zealots and a Mothership Core. That, by the way, this used to be a thing where you forced the Zerg to make some units. That was the point of that. And he just won the game with it. I want to actually look at Terminator's face. I mean, the quality of this video is yikes. I mean, I'm watching it on 1080, but you can see it's yikes. But I want to see Terminator's face. No, he's like... Eh. He's like, whoa, dude, that was a hard game. Alright. That was game number 1. Now, this is game number 2 within the same series. So again, Life won the first game, lost the second, which was that game. This is the third game they've played. I want to see... That's our boy. Oh, no. Wrong game. Hold up. Wrong game. This is the one I wanted to see. We're gonna look at that game after. Again, professional over here, so don't mind me. Okay, so the thing is, that game is 100% throw, right? Anyone looking at this, that's 100% throw. I mean, that looks ridiculous, right? But the question is, did he throw this game as well? That's what we don't know. And that's why I want to see his decisions, and I think he not go to jail. No, he very much did go to jail. Do you think Life would have been better than Cyril if he played even now? No, I don't think so. I think, no, I don't think so. I think Cyril is extremely dominating in late games, where Life was using very cheesy tactics like half of his games, and eventually, like, people would have, you know, figured it out. But apparently the counter for him was jail, so yeah. I think he served jail time from home. That I actually don't know. What I've heard is that he spent 2 years, but I don't know. So I don't have 100% info. You guys might be right, I might be wrong. Don't know. Now, we'll see if this game is like suspicious at all or no. Look, he's walling off in the main again, the Brotas. But yeah, after this, we're gonna look at Life versus Dream. Oh, that's a game. See, that's the game that I watched actually live. And I remember this game. I remember it was on Coda. And I remember what happened. And you guys will see, I was like, what? You're supposed to be the best player. What's going on? But yeah, you'll see. If you guys are enjoying this kind of content, by the way, is the music too loud? If you guys are enjoying this kind of content, I'll also go through Marine King's suspicious match. I'll go through some other max fixing matches like Yoda. Yoda apparently was the match fixing champion. He has like 6-7 matches he got caught for, so yeah. We'll go through those as well, because there's a couple of different people were arrested. Too loud? Okay, let me fix. Oof. Easy. Do you think the downfall started of StarCraft II when Live got found? Well, definitely in Korea. I don't know outside Korea, but definitely in Korea. Okay, so far nothing really happened. Hatch first. You know, pretty standard. Nothing too crazy. Man, Mothership Core. I miss Mothership Core. I wish I played Pros when Mothership Core was a thing. God damn, that was a good unit. Okay, he got his third. I mean, so far this is looking like a normal macro game. You know, nothing too suspicious. Oh, I remember this. Oh my god, I remember this. This is back when pylons didn't take like 10 seconds to warp in if there was no gateway. So this was a very, very popular build. Let me pause for a second. So this was a very popular build where you go gateway cybercore, or gateway expand cybercore, or gateway cybercore expand, I can't remember. You expand and you actually get only one gas, but you only did it on maps where the Zerg couldn't scout your second gas. You just go 4-gate. You chrono boost everything on the warp kit, and you just basically do a 4-gate of 2 base super fast. I mean, look, the Zerg's link speed is not even done, and Protoss is about to attack. So what you did is you warped in Zealots, and you had Mothership Core with your push, and you could overcharge the pylon. Dude, it was insane. It was really strong. I mean, HOTS was an era, this is in Heart of the Swarm. HOTS was an era where Protoss was so strong in against Zerg and Terran. See, like, that's the same thing he did last game, kind of, except with one Zealot. Like, he's pressuring, because there was no counter to Mothership Core at this point in the game, right? You could only lose it to Queen, so there was no reason not to do these pokes. Look, he sees that. Okay, he sees that. Look, the warp in was fast back then. He cancels the hatch, but this time he doesn't leave. So, see, his unit production was on point. Let me actually see. I want to check something. So the pylon gets made. He saw the probe moving behind the third, by the way, because there's an overlord right there. There's an overlord just above, right here. Life doesn't see it, but there's an overlord. And I think the overlord sees it. He probably moves it downwards. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. The overlord's moving downwards. And now he sees the pylon. Now he spots the pylon on the minimap. So he knows. Does he fire up links? He's firing up links. So actually, I think what happened here, it was not planned for him to throw this game. I think he only threw the previous one because the reactions that I'm seeing make a lot more sense. And he waits, you can see he's selecting the hatch. He cancels. He could have waited longer with the cancel, by the way. He tries to counterattack, which this is like a very life thing to do. He used to do this all the freaking time. He's even making a spine crawler. So I definitely don't think he planned to throw here. Because the reaction, he's also staying in the game longer. But yeah, you're not gonna beat like 8 zealots with 20 links. Like, that's not gonna happen. And also, you saw the pylon to the left, right? Protoss would make their pylon and just warp in units there. And if you try to kill the pylon, they overcharge it. Like, dude, Protoss was so freaking strong. You can see it on his face. Like, look at Life's face. He is salty. Look at this. Look. Pay attention to his face, right? Let me actually see. Pay attention to his face. You can see the salt intensifying. And I feel like if you fake that as well, that's like the next level match fixing, right? So he cancels the hatch. By the way, a little note. Every time you watch StarCraft II Pro Gaming, you can see a lot of the times when the players knows that he's losing because you can see the salt in their face. That's a true story. So look at his face now. He's realizing that he's about to die. Right? Look at this. Look at this. You guys ready? He's going for the attack. He's trying to defend. One less ditch effort to try and do it. He's like, okay, I got it. JK, there's more. Did you see that? Did you see that moment? That moment happens to every StarCraft II Pro player. That's the moment when you know you lost. The game might not be over, but you know you lost. Look at this. When you lean back, when you do this. Look at this. Ready? He still thinks he can win. And then 4 more zealots come in. Look at his face. See that? That's the I lost. And then he's like doing like mother trucker, dude. Look at his salt. Right? He knows the game's done. He's like running around, but realistically, yeah. He knows he's mad. Let's look at his face. He was like, damn, I'm gonna lose this game. But he ended up winning. He won 3-2. Now, this is the game that I was talking about. So I don't think the previous one was match fixed. But I do think the first one 100%. Because it only says on Wikipedia, you can check this out, on StarCraft Wikipedia, whatever it's called. You can check and there's info about this, and it just says that there was match fixing in that best of 5, but I do think it's only the first game. Now, this game was also confirmed to be a match fix, and this is the one that I told you guys about. I watched this game live, right? I watched this shit live, and I remember I was like, what the hell are you doing? So he played against Dream, and Dream back then, he was, I can't remember if this was the period where he was like a god tier. Dream at one point, a lot of you may not actually even know him, but Dream used to be god tier for like a period of 3 months, and then he disappeared, and then he went to the army. And Dream is back, by the way. Like right now, Dream is back. He finished his army service, and he is back. And he beat stats like 2-0 in like an online cup. He won like 3-4 online cups in 1 week. and he was beating like all the top, you know, players, like stats, like I don't know specifics, but like Gumiho and all these guys. He was like wiping them clean, like 2-0s, 3-0s, and maybe he's back to God tier again. I don't know. He beat Trap. Yeah, he beat Trap as well, and Trap is in GSL finals again, right? And Trap has sick PvT win rate. So yeah, maybe Dream is our next Terran savior, by the way. So definitely pay attention to him, because he might be literally the next Mara. One of my favorite games that I remember up to this day was Dream versus Life. What was it? It wasn't KeSPA Cup. Dream versus Life. It was a best of 7 on. Oh man, what's the map called? It's a three player spawn map. I can't remember. Do you think Maru was as dominant as Cyril in Maru's peak? No, he wasn't, because Maru would win GSL and then he would lose a weekly tournament like a KeSPA Cup or BlizzCon in the first round, so no. Catalana, no, Merry-Go-Round. Merry-Go-Round was the map, that's right. One of the sickest games I've ever watched, and Dream destroyed Life, and he was so far behind. Beautiful game. Maybe I should react to some of those old pro gaming, games, some of my favorites, because there's a lot of them that were just like super good. Okay, so this is the match fix part. I remember this. I watched this live, so nothing happened so far. They just, Life went hatch first. Dream went what's it called? A normal Reaper fast expand. So check this out. Reaper comes in. You were not supposed to lose drones, by the way. Even back then. Look at this. Or like you lose 1 or 2. Look at this. Check this out. 1 drone. Look, he's not even like trying to like do anything. 2 drones. 3 drones. Then he goes ahead and loses a couple of links too, I think. Look, 1 link. I think actually his pull was a little bit late, and that's like... So he loses, what was it, 2 links, and 3 drones to 2 Reapers. Like, at that level, you can't afford to do that. Like, that's just too much, okay? Just too much. But yeah, this is one of the games that's confirmed as throne games as well. He's overextending with the queen. Like, these engagements, like this, I know it's like minor and people are like, maybe he just, you know, this or that. This is terrible. If you're a pro player, this is terrible. You can't make mistakes like this. And mind you, again, he was the best Zerg player at that time. So look what he does. He engages with Reapers with the queen. Obviously, he knows he can't beat it. He stays too long. And then he runs after Reapers off of creep with links. And it's like look at this. It's like, you don't do that, you know? And like, Dream didn't even have like insane Reaper micro. It was just terrible defense. So he loses some more drones there. And I mean, you can already see he's behind on drones, right? He's like 2 workers behind. And then he made even more links now. Like, he made too many links. So now he's even farther behind. And I feel like Zerg players are probably the hardest to catch match fixing because of the drone, because of the larva. Look, now he runs up. He's like trying to kill drones. But Dream was so good, like Life obviously knows he's not gonna just win the game with 10 links, right? Look, he AFKs here a little bit, you know, he's like overstaying, and it's all those things, you know, adding up. But let's see. I actually remember the beginning, but I don't remember how the game went from this point on. I mean, this is terrible for the Zerg. Like, he has no creep spread. He doesn't have a layer on the way. He doesn't have the third on the way. Like, everything's bad. Like, you can't go up this ramp. I mean, how are you gonna go up this ramp? Reaper grenades, by the way, didn't exist, if anyone's wondering why the Terran's not throwing them. Reapers did more damage with auto attacks, but had no grenades. So he's like attacking with the few Zerg. Like, you know you're not gonna beat 4 Hellions and 2 Reapers with 10 Zerglings, but he goes for it anyway. No creep spread. He creep spreads just now. Look, he's gonna go again with like 10 Zerglings. It's like small things, right? But like, you're obviously not gonna kill that with this amount of links. What you need to do is you need to send these queens, all your queens, to the third, but he's not doing that. He's just like injecting still with them. He tries to go for the surround here. Sure, good move. Gets a Hellion, but loses like 6-7 links in the process. Again, guys, I know all this might seem like, oh, well, the Terran's playing really well. But Life was the best Zerg, and all these things are just such bad plays. And then he's making 10 more links. You see what he's doing? He's making 10 links, losing them, making 10 links, losing them, making 10 links, losing them, making 10 links, losing them. And now he's going to the third, but it's like his hatch is about to die anyway. So it's like... And at this point, you might look like, oh, well, he defended, right? It's not bad. But if you look right in the production tab, 4 more barracks, 1-1. The Zerg has +1 armor. I think still no layer, by the way. He still didn't do anything to these Hellions and Reaper. Like, he didn't kill anything, right? He killed like 2 Hellions and a Reaper. There's still Banshee. Creep spread's terrible. Like, nothing's going his way. And someone of Dream's caliber is obviously going to be able to capitalize on this. About, like, you know, on all these things. So that's like the bad match fixing that he did was against Terminator. Like, that was too obvious. This one is a lot more subtle, right? Because you throw in the early game, and then after that you play well, but it doesn't matter because you're so far behind. Right, you make it look like it's a real game, but it's not really. I mean, look, Terran's been ahead on SCV's whole game. You know, like, yeah. Look, he runs more links. Look at that. And this is the guy, by the way, that was called Link King or something like that. Because he was known for using links insanely well. And he's been using them like I've been using mine when I play Zerg. And look, he lost like 20 Zerglings there. Now he's going to lose 10 more across the map. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, Terran third base mining before the Zerg. Yeah, exactly. 1-1's done for the Terran. Drilling claws on the way. Look at the supply, by the way. Omega Lul. I'm actually really excited to watch some of Dream's games because I actually became like I don't know if I would call it a fan because he was like playing for so little in StarCraft II, but he definitely caught my eye and impressed me quite a bit when he was at his peak. And that's it. That is pretty much it. Those are confirmed Life's match fixed games, boys. And, you know, those are the ones he got caught for. Now, the ones that he didn't get caught for, I mean, hey, maybe he cashed out a little bit more. Do you think Life would have been the best player in the world before Cyril if he had not gone to jail? No. Like, Life was extremely good. Don't get me wrong, right? but his play style was, he did a lot of risky moves. Like, I remember he was known for like running in lanes when Protoss moved out. Like, half of his games against Protoss is Protoss moves out and he runs in with 30 links and he kills all the probes. He was really good, but Cyril is way better all-around player. Way better. I think Cyril would still be better. We'll never know at the end of the day, right? But I don't think so. And the reason for that is, I mean, there's a clear example in this. Like, every time someone asks me, you know, what would happen if a person kept playing or this or that? And I think there's periods of StarCraft when some people are dominating and the meta is good for them and their race is good and they're motivated to play and they're better than everyone else, right? They do well. But there's also moments they dip. I mean, there's no player in the world that was dominating in Heart of the Swarm and is still dominating, right? If you think about it, people that were dominating Heart of the Swarm were Hero. Hero is really good, right? Right now, CGN is Hero, but he's not really dominating. And I feel like Stats didn't really dominate in Heart of the Swarm, but he's very good now. Yeah, look at Zest. I mean, Zest a year ago, 2 years ago, he looked really strong, and now he looks like a... Scarlet? Well, is Scarlet dominating? I don't know about that. I mean, even, hey, look at Neeb, right? Neeb was dominating that 1 year. Super, he won like all the WCS circuits, right? He won like 3, 4, I don't know how many. Don't get me wrong, Neeb is still insanely good player, but there's a new kid on the block and his name is Cyril. That's it. I'm actually really impressed by Cyril that he's still maintaining his form, because Cyril dominated obviously last year and he's still dominating this year. So it's crazy that he went on for so long, but everyone has ups and downs, so that's the thing. And it also depends, if you're a player that relies on new strategies and new builds and your own playstyle, eventually you're going to get figured out. That's the thing. And maybe that's why Cyril's dominating, because he's not doing anything unique. He's just playing really well mechanically. There's nothing to figure out. You know, you have to play better than him. And those are the hardest players to beat. That's it. Okay, boys, for you guys watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like these, we can check again Yoda. We can check Marine King Prime's game of match fixing. And that's it. For the people on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you with another video tomorrow. For the potatoes on Twitch, I'm not sure what we're gonna do.